Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the 30-Minute Lunch Break podcast. This is episode 133. If it's your first time listening or first time watching, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
My name is Brandon Rosenthal. Alongside me is my partner and co-host, Erick Garcia. What's happening, dude? How are you?
Good, man. Ready to go. Up and at 'em.
Yeah, happy Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
It is Saturday, February 10th. It's about 7:30 in the morning. And we are going to talk NBA because NFL is over. Our pretty much Super Bowl recap is last episode. So if you, first time, like you said,
Yeah, we already.
go ahead and check it out. Hear what we have to say on the Super Bowl. Right now, it's pretty much all NBA moving forward. Maybe some baseball, some golf every now and then, but it's going to be a lot of NBA, especially with the trade deadline happening. So we're going to talk about
NFL sometimes is year round, so there'll be stories. But that's probably somebody gets arrested.
Well, actually, we do have
somebody gets,
we do have NFL at the end of this podcast, but it's a good thing. Not arrested, I promise you. We are going to talk Lakers trades. We're going to talk Cavs trades and our thoughts on those because we're big Laker fans, so we have a lot to say about that. And anything else that comes to mind with these trades, anything that stands out really for playoff teams. I mean, for the insignificant deals, the Luke Babbitt deals, not going to talk about.
The reason why they matter a little bit is because it was just a crazy trade.
Yeah.
Overall, like in the overall scheme of things, it was a busy day.
Great deadline.
But like you said, in a busy day, there's a lot of who gives a fuck trades.
Yeah,
too.
and we're talking about a day and a half after the trade deadline finished, so everybody has had their 2 cents already, and now here's ours.
There you go.
So let's talk about the first trade that kind of shocked us. The Lakers were involved, the Cavs were involved. First thing I saw was Woj was tweeting that Clarkson and Nance are gone, and without a for who yet. And I'm like, oh man. First of all, I'm sad to see Nance go. Because we can talk about it from the Lakers fan perspective for Nance and Clarkson.
Well, because
we are.
That's our perspective. Yeah, you're right. We could also look at the other side, but first, let's go ahead and check it out. So, when you first heard, the one thing you focused on, like you said, even though that information, again, it wasn't there right away, was who the fuck's leaving our team? That's what matters to us.
Who's coming to us? Yeah, or
I
want to say, well, if we're getting rid of Clarkson,
once it was
and
both
Nance,
of them, I knew it was somebody I was maybe Isaiah, but somebody big,
yeah,
and somebody with a crazy contract, Channing Frye, or something that you want to get rid of. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, I didn't know what was coming either.
I'm a fan of both of these players for sure.
I'm pleasantly surprised who Clarkson and
Nance Jr. They were great. They were good, and team wise, it seemed every single teammate liked them both.
Yeah, they were just fun. They were fun players to watch. It was fun to see Clarkson grow. This was probably his best season yet to date. He's always been an off the bench scorer where his best suit is off the bench, go in and get 15, 16 points, and then you're done. Because you're not that good on defense.
Yeah, but he could get more.
He can 100% get more, but I'm saying on a season average. Like, okay, there's going to be nights where he's hot, and he can get like 25, 30, and there's going to be nights where he's average, and he gets like 10 to 11.
See, but the reason why, like, both of these guys, what's happy is I think Clarkson, I think he's the kind of guy maybe it is a bad thing that I think he got personal about it, and I understand why he did, but still, I guess he should have been more of a pro about it. But since that being said, this is a playoff team. Clarkson's the kind of guy that I believe will step the fuck up.
No, both of these guys are going to be huge.
But
for
with
this
Clarkson,
team.
how he might. I think the down part that he had was once he knew you guys are not. This is not my team. Like, you guys don't want to keep me. So I think it shouldn't have, but it did affect him. I think him going to somebody a team that traded for him, a playoff team
with LeBron James.
A chance to play with LeBron James. Dude, I think LeBron James gonna like the balls on fucking Clarkson.
And Nance.
Yeah, of course Nance. No, Nance is a lot.
Both of these guys are so
Nance
great
is huge.
for him.
I think Nance was a really big move. I'm saying Clarkson because I understand he's getting more of the not love here. Like,
well, that's why Brian Windhorst, he had a really good point where it's like, okay, we're in the deals and negotiations. It's like, well, why don't we just do Nance for the first round pick? The Lakers like, fuck no.
Fuck off. The reason we're getting rid of Nance is because we're trying to get rid of Clarkson.
Like, exactly.
We're not trying to get rid of Nance, folks. Like, that's not a thing.
And it wasn't anything against Clarkson. The only reason he was even tradable is because he had value.
And that's the unfortunate.
Because he was playing
sometimes
great.
you're worth your contract's a little much.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, we need to move that contract no matter what. It isn't, like you said, it isn't personal, which is unfortunate because he is a person that you're affecting. But it is one of those things that it's your contract doesn't make any sense for what we're trying to do in the future.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
For the Lakers.
Yeah, for the Lakers.
I mean, for the Cavs might look at it, he's controlled. Who knows? You know what I mean? If he balls the fuck out, I don't know how likely that is. I mean, as far as like starter and anything like that, then, you know, maybe you got to steal. But for sure with Nance, you mentioned Windhorst earlier. He was talking about like, dude, pretty much he's going to automatically from day one be the best defender.
Yeah.
Like
and best rebounder.
Yeah, and it's going to be big. That for sure. I'm not tripping on Nance. I think that's a solid move for them.
At all, because then all of a sudden they can not play Tristan anymore. They can just play Nance at the 5.
Yeah.
And then I can make Tristan expendable. Like, and also it's pretty cool for Nance, even though like, I think he was like, because he's been such a professional about everything, and you know he's one of those 4-year guys that now has been replaced. You know, Josh Hart is now a 4-year guy who is like a veteran leader on the team without being so young at the same time. Is that Nance was shocked by the rumors? Like he was just shocked. Like, you know, you can tell he's like, wow, I did not expect that. You know, like wow. And now he's dealt, but at least the Lakers dealt him to his hometown. That is awesome.
Playoff team.
Probably going to go back to the finals for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
Like, the Lakers are nowhere near the playoffs. I mean, we're 6.5 games out right now, but Cleveland's like,
but they're also
15.5 games in. Like,
but you know how you said 16.5 back, but the Lakers are also only like 3 games better than like the worst teams in the league.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. It's like a whole pile up right there. Like even though they're like higher, they're also closer to being low.
But I am happy for them both to go to a playoff team and that they didn't go to some shits team. I can root for them in the postseason hopefully they play well against the Warriors. And, you know, those are all awesome things that I really like about that.
So that's our perspective of what you're getting. Like, Cleveland fans, this is what you're getting, right?
Yeah. And
now let's analyze what the fuck they're giving us.
And what they're giving us is Isaiah Thomas. Well, they're pretty much giving us cap space.
Yeah.
And a first round
You're
pick.
letting us get rid of, we said that, yeah. You're letting us get rid of who we need to get rid of. But I'm saying there's still something coming in return, at least for this year.
Yeah, I mean, and Isaiah Thomas, we're buying really low on something that was really high last year. So, I don't know how much he has right now. He could be off season away from being 100% healthy. And I don't know how. I was never a big Isaiah Thomas guy. I never thought he could carry a team, but he can definitely be a 6-man or depth.
But he does not. There was already the reports. All these guys. I was thinking it was bullshit when I heard people say it, but I was hearing like Windhorst. All those guys talk about it over and over. That
when he wants to start.
His agent right away texted and said he is not coming off the bench.
Well, then Magic talked to him.
What?
I heard Magic talk to him, and
then beforehand. Magic talked to him, but then he came out. That's his agent came out and said.
I know, but then he backpedaled after he talked to him again, and he's just like. Lonzo's the point guard, dude.
No, but that's not the point. I think Magic, he's not like even, only because he wants to start doesn't mean he was going to start. My point is, from the jump, he's upset about it. No, what I'm saying is from the jump. So even if Magic talked to him, he should have never talked to him. How, is it starting already with if we're talking about I need to start? Like, no, you need to shut the fuck up.
Pretty much.
Because you said it yourself, I'm tired of being traded. Well, teams are tired of having you, I guess.
I was like, well, you know, here's a simple solution to that. You're not on a team. Yeah, and if you're not on a team, then you don't get traded.
Well, look, again, we got what we wanted already. You don't have to play the rest of the fucking year. We just needed to get rid of certain guys, and your ass was somebody that had to come this way.
You were salary dump.
And you know what? Maybe he balls.
Maybe he does.
But
I don't expect it.
But he definitely doesn't come in demanding shit. He's in no position.
No, and yeah, exactly. Like this is not the MVP. I know you were a
and
top
no one
candidate.
likes it. All this shit is people don't like him. He's not a good teammate or whatever.
Fantastic.
That's crazy. Like to me. That's the only part why I'm a little harsher, because again, he hasn't even stepped in. So it's like, why am I shitting on him already? But my only issue is, one of the benefits of this year's Lakers, whether the record isn't where you want, is there's good vibes in that fucking locker room. There isn't a lot of fucking hate little cliques and all that bullshit. You don't want a guy to come in for like the last fucking third of the season to fuck shit up.
No.
Because he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So I think Magic or something, like you said, he definitely needed to talk to him, and I hope he made it clear, and I believe he definitely did. But I think, dude, that should never be the case. Why did this have to happen?
Yeah.
Like look, what you said, he could get fully healthy, and I'm not being a dick, but he's not going to get taller. He's not going to get bigger. He's going to always get hurt.
Yep.
Or, because you know what he can do? The only way he's going to stay healthy is he needs to stop going to the paint like that, but then he loses all that that's part of his game.
And it's because he's not a great passer, and he's not a
greatest shooter either. Like,
he's a decent shooter, yeah.
But I mean, that's not why he is MVP. It was because he would, AI status. Go to the fucking paint and beat the shit out of your body and go in there with the big boys and bang and get yours.
Yep. Get to the free throw line.
But you're not going to last doing that.
I mean, and, you know, his best role on the Lakers is a 6-man. He plays Clarkson.
Look,
We traded Clarkson.
Or like Clarkson, he could play 6-man, but plays 25 minutes. Maybe he plays a lot.
Yeah.
I'm
cool
with
should
that.
play a lot.
But look, because him and Lonzo could play together.
For sure.
The one shit again is, the Lakers, what I have been upset over and over is their defense sucks. And it's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. And he's
going to make it worse.
And that's for sure. Like, he's going to definitely make it worse.
But if there is a defensive equivalent to Isaiah Thomas, it's Jordan Clarkson.
But Jordan Clarkson's height made it, he could fake the funk for at least a second.
That is true.
It's widely known that you can do whatever you want with Isaiah Thomas.
That is very true.
You know, and that's the part. Like, Clarkson kind of fakes a funk a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He tries. You know, he's not going to be the greatest defender ever.
No.
But I mean, he's fucking, if you compare him to Isaiah, this guy's a fucking first team all NBA.
What about Channing Frye? How do you feel about that?
To me,
complete throw-in?
Throw-in, but it's more.
He's Luke's homie.
Yeah, Luke's played with college with Luke, played at Arizona with Luke.
Cool with Richard Jefferson as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping this is just, veteran leadership like every team needs. You know,
some pick and pops. He can do some
pick
and
pops. You got him. You're going to use him. I mean, Luol Deng at least got a little play before we said, okay, you're not ever going to play again.
He played one game and
no,
now
but
he's gone.
if you're paying money, you play him a little bit because you're like, well, fuck, I'm getting my $40 million worth or whatever.
Let's get you in the New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Luol. And with that first round pick, I think that's what we're going to try and do, is we're not trying to use that pick at all. We're trying to use that and Deng to go goodbye.
Well, that's
and
the
maybe
only
there's somebody
chance
else in there.
You know what?
Thomas Bryant. I don't know. Like somebody young who.
Two things. No. I think that. Wait, look. I'll say it like this. Two things for sure that I think I'm glad. Whether like you said, sometimes when you think something, you want to see how do the people that I listen to feel about this. Am I crazy with everybody or am I way off? And I think this helped the Lakers because I did not see us. I saw this trade happening and I was already happy.
Right.
And I'm not the first person to say this. I did not see a way where we also got a pick in return.
Man, that was shocking.
Huge.
That's why
a first round pick is huge.
It's over.
And secondly, the way the market proved, and Randall, for example, multiple teams reports were offering second round picks for, and the Lakers were telling them to fuck off. But one thing that also helped the Lakers off,
Julius Randle.
One thing that helped the Lakers out in this market is second round picks were still highly valued, and it showed a lot of teams that not a lot of people are willing to get rid of first round picks. So back to the point that you made, in this market, a first round pick might be enough to get rid of Luol Deng. Like, no one's giving first round picks out, bro. That's not happening. It's not. It showed. It's not even my opinion. Like, that's the way this traded on like work. People weren't throwing around first rounders because they learned. Too many teams got burned we've seen it happen with way too many good teams. I mean, us as Laker fans. When was the last time we went forever without having first rounders because we thought those shits didn't exist.
We didn't need them.
Through those shits, because we knew Phil never played rookies. I mean, but he wasn't going to coach fucking forever.
Well, we also got the right guys. Like, we always had a good team.
But still, you need to draft some guys. But
you do, yeah.
And teams are valuing this shit huge. So for the Lakers, that helps also. Dude, that first round pick, even if nothing does happen, then you get a guy for cheap. That's why the first rounders are valuable. But that should be enough to pair with like Luol Deng and say, all right, here you go. Some team that's ready to just blow things up and just say, fuck it. We just need to get young.
I mean, a team like, for example, like a team like the Pelicans that if they lose Boogie, like, it's like, fuck, it's like, all right, well, we'll trade for Boogie. We'll do a sign and trade Lopez, whatever, and Luol Deng, and that first round pick for Boogie.
Yeah.
That might be something.
Yeah, that definitely,
like
I think
that.
would be something.
And especially because we can buy low on DeMarcus, but like those kind of deals will be there for us, which is fantastic. Or we can keep it and draft, and then we just cut Deng. We say, you know what, Luol, we're not going to trade you. We're just going to amnesty you, and then we'll pay you, I guess, because you don't want to buy out. And the same thing's happening with Joakim Noah. They pretty much told him, peace out. Yeah. Like, we're not going to cut you because you don't want to buy out.
But see, as fans, and honestly, in reality, I don't know if we really give too much of a fuck about how much money he's getting paid. Or, I mean, I do, but I'm saying as far as the team or what matters in this conversation is the salary hit. And that's the problem with the Deng. It's not about whether he gets, I'm hoping to give him all his money. I hope he says no to anybody.
It counts against the cap.
That's the problem. Even if we say even if he agrees to take a certain amount less, it's still, the hit is still higher than that.
Yeah. So it's like
that's where we're getting.
And that's why we have to amnesty him. Like, we're going to have to. And
it's like, well, and look, that's why you get that first round pick, I think, has to be in play with him all the time, and I think
No matter
someone will
what.
bite. Look, you said Boogie. Shit. What about if the words on the seat? What about if some
Anthony
crazy shit
Davis.
with AD? Then it's over.
Because I told you, Anthony Davis last podcast, you're dreaming, and it's like, I don't think I'm that dreaming because, like, Anthony, he's looking around, he's seeing what's happening with the league, and he's like, can I win here? Probably not.
Yeah, but is he young?
Where are the
Is
trends?
he still so young that he doesn't even know how bad his situation is?
No, I think he knows.
You think he knows?
I think he knows. He went to Kentucky. Kentucky's a business.
He went there for 6 minutes. Like he.
Well, yeah, but he got a degree in he was, people who go to Kentucky are probably more educated in how the NBA works than other people who don't go to Kentucky.
Well, but yeah,
I think
you're right about
I think
that.
Calipari.
Well,
puts
just
him
because
in a
that's
good
the only
position.
goal. Yeah, the reason why you're going there is because you're trying to go to the NBA, which
Exactly.
is perfect. Yeah,
And then Coach K finally caught on and he understood it too. He's like, oh, I can do this. But Calipari's always been the one.
But he's also a little more shameless, dude. That fool.
Oh, Calipari?
Yeah.
For sure.
But I look. I think
There's a reason why he's staying in college and
Yeah.
not going to the pros.
I think AD would definitely be a dream.
That would be.
But that would also look. But,
That would cost
but-
us Randall.
But again, even if we don't get AD
Or Kuzma.
even if they don't get AD or something, what I mean is that would definitely be a team that would be willing to take as much money just for first round picks and whatever. So what I mean is, even if they don't give us anything good in return, I'm pretty sure we could ship that first round pick and dang to a team like that lost everything they had.
Okay, so for Anthony Davis, I know we're going into fucking la la land right
Yeah,
now.
because there's actual trades that happen.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a trade
I
that
know.
might never happen.
Would you rather give up Kuzma or Randall? Who's better playing with Anthony Davis? Those two guys. Kuzma because of the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
You can spread the floor with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
All right.
And even though, I'm a Randall guy, but I think in that situation, that's what I would.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Makes more sense.
So the other trades, I know we went into kind of crazy trade land with the Lakers there for a second. The Cavs made more trades.
The Cavs were still working.
The Cavs with the Cavs. The Cavs were still working. They got George Hill.
Yes.
They got Rodney Hood in a 3-teamer with Sacramento and Utah. Derrick Rose went to Utah. He's going to get bought out.
Yep.
Probably he's going to sign with Minnesota most likely. Jay Crowder goes to Utah as well,
also.
which I kind of like in Kirk Snyder's system. I don't,
I like Snyder for sure.
I mean, he fits that system better than the Cavs system. Like it's just all about like
the system. The
or
Cavs
what-
just didn't
they don't
work.
have a system. Well, the Cavs don't have a system. It's clearly just LeBron. And now it's not just LeBron. Now they have guys who can actually get to the rim again.
Yeah, Crowder though
Crowder was not a guy who Crowder needs someone to do something for him, and he's going to have plenty of those opportunities in Utah.
Yeah, it's. I think that's
a better
for
fit.
him. Well,
It's a better fit.
I think, and almost any place right now at that point was getting better than Cleveland for him.
Yep.
For you said, yeah.
Yeah, and then Cleveland in a separate deal also traded Dwayne Wade back to Miami, which is fucking awesome. And we already talked about
It was like for a second round pick.
For a very, very
Future,
protected,
it was a
very
future, yeah.
protected second round.
Future
pick.
second rounder, and one of those like written with like, at one point we'll decide there's a shitty enough second rounder we're willing to give you, and that's the one we're gonna give you.
It's gonna be nobody when we get the 60th pick or whatever.
In that Rodney Hood whole trade, what's funny? What I love of these trades sometimes is like, Joe Johnson was part of it. It's like, oh, Joe Johnson, man, fuck, dude, that was been around.
Yeah,
for
and
a
Joe
minute,
Johnson, he went to
Shumpert to the Kings.
Joe went to Sacramento, but he's gonna get bought out.
Yeah, the Shumpert also.
Yeah, going to Sacramento.
And then a 2020 second round pick.
That's it. All right, so nobody of value
nothing good
there.
right there.
Shump in Sacramento. I don't know. We'll see. That team could be athletic eventually. Like he could be.
That's dysfunctional.
It's bad. It's a little bit better, but I mean, at least they realized that George Hill was a mistake, and they should definitely buy out Vince Carter so he can go play with Toronto before his career ends.
Yeah, I don't think that George Hill was a mistake. I think it was a mistake that he went there.
Well, I mean, it was a mistake to offer him $20 million.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah, no, never mind. I mean, just contract wise, yeah, that was horrible. That's
for
a horrible
3 years,
contract.
like
That's a
$90
bad
million.
contract. Like,
yeah, you're paying George Hill $20 million.
Nah, yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot
he's one of those. He's one of the. Well, that was the summer of money, like where everybody's just like.
We assume that salary cap only goes up, right? There's no way it's ever gonna plateau. Like, no, of course it will. And now you're paying guys, dude. Again, going back to
be a free agent.
Going back to how I said
free agent in that time.
Going back to how I said how the Lakers kind of changed the game with what they were able to get in that trade to let people know, like, damn, we were, there was a solid trade. Fucking who the fuck were we just talking about?
George Hill.
Yeah, George Hill, right? So these contracts, you know who else fucked shit up? Lou Williams, dude.
Oh yeah, by understanding like, yo, I'm gonna sign a 3-year, $24 million deal, knowing that I'm only worth $7-8 million. Like,
and then people are gonna be looking at That's when you look at the George Hills of the world and go, get out of here, just leave. That's when you kind of become a dang and say, I'm just gonna sit you down because I don't even want to remind myself how horrible this was.
Timothy Mozgov, the first team who called Mozgov, us. Mitch.
That's why when I said, you know how the Lakers were looking for Bradley? That's why I was down, because that fool could have been got pretty cheap, fool. I know we would have been able to keep that fool for some cheap money. I mean, they can still get him. He's going to be a free agent, isn't he?
Well, also, like, we're going to get Pope on the cheap next year, too, probably.
I don't...
Even if we do, I don't want to keep Pope.
But he's still banking on
even if we do, I think we'll be all right.
Because I was happy with the Pope signing.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he's not bad. He's just... Okay, cool. I'm glad we got to see him this year, so I know that's not the two guard that I want.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I would love Pope off the bench. I don't think that's at all in his plans.
No, I agree. But as for the Cavs, like, their lineup probably going to look like... Oh, yeah, they got rid of D. Rose, so their starting point guard is probably going to be George Hill. So George Hill...
Rodney
Hood, I guess. Maybe J.R. Smith.
Maybe.
LeBron... Or maybe Rodney Hood starts at the 3.
And LeBron.
Because they traded Crowder. Okay, so maybe LeBron, Larry Nance, and Thompson right now.
Yeah, I heard they still want to do Thompson.
But I don't know who their backup bigs are.
Well, the backup big is going to be Nance. That's why they're also putting him in that he might be a center also.
That makes more sense.
And in that lineup, I think they'll have LeBron obviously playing the 4, right?
Because I would really like a lineup for me that I can see happening in like the finals, or even the playoffs would be Clarkson, George Hill, and depending on who's hot, between J.R. Smith and Korver, LeBron and Nance, and Rodney Hood. And if Rodney Hood's hot too, like, you can throw him in that mix. Like that, I can see a lineup of right there.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that we were talking earlier, that
Calderon too. He can, if he's hot, he can hit some threes. I mean, I know he's probably gonna hit a couple of them in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are. You know,
are they better than Boston?
No, hell no. This team is not better, but they're better.
You disagree with most of the people, because all the NBA analysts said this makes them immediately better than Boston.
No, well, I didn't hear any of these other guys that I was hearing. Like, I didn't hear the Windhorns or any of those guys think that at all. What I think though is the only thing is this makes them better than they were.
This makes them much better than they were.
But
I'm on the camp.
There's no. Well, first of all, even if record-wise, there's just no way they're going to have a chance to get
I don't think so.
One of the top seeds. Maybe 3. Yeah, they could get the 3 seed. But to me, this does not make them better than Boston. Toronto's balling.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I mean? But this definitely makes this team really good.
I think so.
So, well, no, not really good. Well, they were already good. I think this gives them a chance to just refocus, try to change things up, see exactly what they want to do. That, you know what I mean? That I don't know if this I definitely won't say better than Boston.
I think it makes them at least as good as Boston. Like, I know, maybe not, like...
You know Gordon's going to come back, right?
I still think this team is good, man. They still got LeBron.
Yeah, and with LeBron, they were fucking playing like shit.
That team sucked.
Okay, well, I know you're thinking, but
these players are better. They have to gel still. They still have to gel. Boston's already
like you said,
gelled.
Hill's having a shit season. Rodney Hood could play like fucking trash sometimes.
I love Rodney Hood.
Clarkson, like you said, can go just score 0 points at times.
Or he can give
up. Disappear and defensively give up. Yes. So, I know I'm being a homer in this part of it. Besides Larry Nance Jr., like, is that really what LeBron needed? I need Nance, and now I'm better than Cleveland. I mean, I'm better than Boston. Like, nah, I don't think that's
Nance.
Like, I think that they're better than they were for sure. But fuck, for Boston, for right now, hey. But you are right. Kyrie kind of hit the skids a little bit.
Well, I mean, and just Boston's like, their players aren't as good. Like, Kyrie is great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's really good.
He's amazing. But that's it. And you said Hayward's coming back. But, I mean, Gordon Hayward will not have played basketball since breaking his fucking leg on opening night.
And you know what this team did without him? They're probably going to get the 1 seed.
Exactly.
So what if he comes back? What if he's like fucking 30%?
I wouldn't have him start, and I would not have Gordon Hayward.
Who cares? But I think having him on your team is better than not. when you're already the number 1 seed without him.
Okay, well,
so what if he comes in and it only plays 7 minutes?
Well, fine. Then I throw, what's his name, Rodney Hood against him, who played it every day in practice in Utah, and he's going to be 40.
But he's played pretty bad at times. I don't think Rodney Hood.
But Gordon Hayward's gonna be 30%. Then I can have Rodney Hood guard him if he can stop a 30% Gordon Hayward. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they have the counter match. If Hayward is 100%, that makes, because we all agree that Gordon Hayward is a very, very good player.
But it's a thing that Boston hasn't even needed at this point. So anything from him, I think, would be great.
No, and we're not counting it. Toronto's still there, and
Yeah, and those all teams that I'm putting over Cleveland, you're putting Cleveland in there. I'm saying, yeah, you're right. All those teams you're mentioning is why Cleveland's not going to be the better team.
I know we're missing some other trades. What else happened in the day?
All right, so
of any significance?
No, that was not. Oh, I don't know if you. Well, this proves to the second round picks, but Elfrid Payton.
Elfrid Payton. He was like the number 7 pick, right, or something like that.
Going for a second round pick.
Oh my God, yeah, that was nuts, dude. Seeing that, where did he go to Phoenix, right?
He went. No. You're right. He did go to Phoenix.
That's nice. That's nice for Phoenix to get Elfrid, because they don't have a point guard. I was watching them play against the Lakers.
Another guy that can't play defense.
He can't shoot. Like, he's okay. Like, but that's a guy who needed to change his scenery. Like, and now, like,
but point guards that can't shoot right now are not.
Yeah, I know. But you're talking about Phoenix is going to have a very athletic starting five. They're going to have Josh Jackson. They're going to have, because Ulis is a backup point guard. Like, and that's where Tyler Ulis is backup point guard. Now they can put Elfrid at the point. Elfrid, Booker, and Josh Jackson, Marquise Chris, and they still need to figure out the center situation, but it's not bad. It's blossoming into a decent.
Dude, I'll take. Yeah, you said
that's not a bad 4.
I'll take Elfrid for a second rounder.
Fuck yeah. 100%.
I mean, he might be shit.
Would you rather have Caruso?
Hey, dude, Caruso sneaky.
He's got bounce. I'm so surprised at his bounce. I told you,
I'm such an asshole. Just because he's bald, I'm like, nah.
And white.
No, it's more the bald part. It's like bald rookies, you know what I'm saying? Bald rookies. It's not even being bald. It's being a bald rookie. That it's like, you can't be athletic when you're bald at 16.
Yeah, it's true. No, you cannot be.
No, but he is. Obviously, he's got bounce. I mean, this is stupid. It's not an act like I'm correcting this thought. That happened. So there was another one that I just.
It was another one before I bring up my other point.
Emmanuel Mudiay.
Oh yeah, Mudiay going to the Knicks.
For Devin Harris, and the Clippers get the second round pick.
Another
Doug McDermott.
Dougie McBuckets. Where's he going? Dallas, right?
Dallas.
So he's just gonna have I don't know what Dallas is doing, but Doug can shoot. I don't know what's up with Doug. Yeah, those are completely insignificant, really. Maybe not for the Knicks because Mudiay is not bad.
It's only good. Not that good, but it's one of those situations where the fact that this guy was a high draft pick, he could, again, the change of scenery scenario could be a big, a game changer here where that's what he needed. The Knicks, though, fuck it. No fucking Porzingis next year.
Yeah.
It's not even this
that
year.
happened before. Did we talk about Porzingis on the last podcast?
I don't know if we got a chance.
That was tough, dude.
It's tough, because it's not even that he's missing this season, which is bad enough.
He's going to miss most of next season.
All of it. It's a 10-month injury.
It's so unfortunate. It's Jabari Parker. Yeah. It's like...
And then, like you said earlier...
They don't have a Giannis, though.
So you're going to sit him...
He is the Giannis.
Well, you're going to sit him the fuck out at that point. And he got hurt with Giannis. I think he was, dunking on him or something.
Yeah. He got... Oh, man. It's so...
So, look, I don't know what the Knicks are trying to do, but maybe get something. I guess try to be a little excited. Who knows? Or Mudiay, people at least know that name. I know that's stupid, but that's the way these GMs be thinking sometimes. Like, well, people know Mudiay at least, that he had a potential to be someone great.
And he may not be bad, and I think he's from that area, so we'll see. I mean, that'll be exciting. I'm excited for the opportunity to see Mudiay play because he completely got outplayed by Jamal Murray and who's the other guy there? Gary Harris.
Yeah, he got removed. Like,
both
he got
Those
replaced.
guys.
So.
Both those guys can ball, so
yeah,
they're looking good. And
so let me see.
Did you hear this thing where it's like the Timberwolves should sign Derrick Rose and then go ahead and trade and try and get Joakim Noah and just have the Bulls?
Yeah, just go ahead and bring that shit right back. That was pretty much anything.
Yeah, let's talk about the football move.
Yeah,
that
was
because our day ended on a very positive note. This camera's actually being held up by a little Niner that Glenn got me, actually, so shout out to you, Glenn. Little 49er mini football, like a plush one that's holding up the camera right here in the car. And the 49ers made us Niner fans very, very happy.
Yeah.
We locked up Jimmy Garoppolo to a 5-year, $137.5 million deal, making him the highest paid player in NFL history.
On a per year,
Situation. Basis. And,
you know his first year it's going to be like 40-something?
Oh,
the way it's written. Oh, that's great.
It's perfect. Like, that's how I would do it all up front. Like, we're going to pay you $70 million for year one.
I think he has a potential to have upwards of 91 million of that being guaranteed, dog.
And
look, but the thing is, like anything else, the reason why he has potential to get there is because if he's getting there is because he earned that money.
Yeah. And so let me counterpoint with this, because so there's the Niner base, there's a Niner perspective, which is obviously all happy. Man, I'm glad we got our guy. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about that in a second, but I want to talk about it because a lot of people who either listen to this are 49er haters or just don't like us or want to see us,
suffer.
Exactly.
And not be happy about anything.
So they text me, so you're going to pay a guy who's only had 7 starts that much money, blah, 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 blah. Good luck with that. How does that work out? Brady, how are you supposed to, build a team? And it's like, well, we still have like $70 million of cap space.
This is $105 million at $105 million. I think the Niners had.
We had the most money.
I mean, we're stupid. Ridiculous stupid amount.
And to bring up that point.
No, but look, I get their point.
Exactly. To counter it. Yeah.
He, you're right. He could be a complete bust. He could be a complete trash. You know who else could be it? The guy we draft this year, the guy we draft next year. Look, you think you find the guy, you pay his ass. Then you fucking cross your fingers and you hope he doesn't become a piece of shit quarterback.
Get injured, whatever. There's
this shit happens to
things that can happen.
Oh, Derek Carr just got paid, but didn't have his best season in his fucking career
and was hurt.
Is that horrible? No, because he could probably just bounce back next year. Look, the problem with fools, they need to get it. With the way the league is going, it's like their teams are deciding that they're pretty much only going to pay their quarterbacks
1 year at a time.
Or no, not even. No, I'm saying versus everybody else in the team. Fools are like, I don't give a fuck. I'll give my quarterback 35. Every single quarterback that's going to get drafted. See, everybody right now that you're going to see that gets extensions, that gets contracts, they're looking at 30 at a certain point. Jimmy, I think, is going to be 27, right? But look, Aaron's going to get 30 for sure. Even Matt Ryan might get fucking 30.
And they're all going to come up
and everybody said that about Matthew Stafford. Like, is Matthew Stafford worth it? It's not about him. It's about the way this shit works is, what does a starting quarterback that's about to get a long-term extension deserve? A couple million more than the guy that right before him. That's just it never is the same contract. It's always, the only guys that sign last is fucking Derek Carr. But that's because you know what the Niners should have done? Right after fucking Jimmy went on that fucking win streak, they should have gone broken his fucking leg so we could get him for the cheap ass price that they got Derek Carr. But that's not the fucking case here. We got a healthy motherfucker that might, that's ready to go. So you pay that guy a little bit more than Derek Carr coming off a broken fibula or whatever the fuck it was.
And like you said, it's all about when you become available, right? And so when you're available, you're looking at, well, who else is available that we want to sign? Would you want to take a risk on Kirk Cousins? Because I think that's a much bigger risk than Jimmy G. Yeah. Jimmy G's already proven he's had already 8 weeks with this offense and now more because of the offseason. And now he's going to go into it with he's already got a head start on any other quarterback that we would have. And he's won his first, and he turned, look, people don't understand, like, how bad this team was and what we watched going into this game, or going into the game that Jimmy started. It was 1-10. This team barely won a game, barely beat the Giants.
Yeah.
And
that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. That
was 0-11.
So, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy comes in and beats 2 AFC South playoff teams. And he wins 5 games. Granted, one of them against the Rams who sat everybody. Oh well, not our problem.
The one reason why I'm, like I said, if I'm going to counter, because I'm happy about it. Just make that point is facts. But to counter the fact why I understand these people, I'm going to understand where they're coming from is, look, even if you won 10 in a row, they are right. This is a 1-season thing. You know what I mean? There's been those guys before that ball the fuck out, get paid, and their shit. I understand why they're like, look, this could happen. You're right.
It can.
But the Niners need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they found one. And when that happens, look, the one thing that people need to tell you is how we were going to get them for less. Because that wasn't an option.
No, it wasn't.
So people, I understand when they said, oh, I would have paid him less. Yeah, you would have, but you also wouldn't have had him on your team anymore.
Yep.
And then you would have been figuring something else out. I'm not saying, look, maybe these are the guys that feel Kirk Cousins is probably better. I feel like Shanahan already coached Kirk Cousins, and he went to tell them, give this guy all the money. Don't give Kirk Cousins none of that money.
That's a great point.
So, what the fuck? Like, to me, that's, I don't know.
This guy had a fucking...
All of us that are talking shit are not scouts. We haven't coached the guy. So, look,
we haven't even seen him in practice,
look, if the Niners paid cap money, and that was the previous regime, this is a new system, a new fucking coaching staff, a new GM, everything that are saying this guy is the one we want to go with.
And also, like we've mentioned
Shanahan
it before,
I don't think he was too big of a fan of certain guys, and I think he's made things work. Look, he was with.
This
Ryan.
is a much better Matt Ryan.
He was with Ryan.
This is
again, all these guys that have gotten paid, Shanahan that has coached them went to the team and said he deserves more and give him more. I don't want to coach other guys besides him. What the,
we already got this guy for a second round pick, and like Lombardi said, he usually gets a shout at every podcast with us. He's like, you don't give up a second round pick for this guy and be like, you're not going to sign me? Well, then fuck you, bro. Like, it was inevitable, and I'm glad it finally happened.
We had too much money. The Niners had too much money
to us not to
pretend they couldn't have given him all that money.
It wouldn't make sense. Like, for a team that we went 5-0 with this team, and then we're not going to sign the guy who did it. Like, it would be too mind boggling. So I'm glad we just made it.
But just like everybody else that is hating on this thing, I mean, I would have gone in there and lowballed his ass too. I mean, I understand why you want to get him as cheap as possible. I get it. I get why you don't want to commit to a guy that you've only seen play a couple games. But to me, I figure they're like, yeah, that was not an option at all. And they're like you said, they knew that PR wise, they couldn't look at their fan base and tell them that they let Jimmy walk. Because everybody's gonna say 105. That's all they're gonna shout. Like 105. That's how much you had available. If he wanted all of that, you give it to him.
That's it.
He's not leaving that fucking building. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And now, like, people.
And again, that's probably why fans don't own teams and don't do this because we're stupid. We don't know what we're talking about.
Fanatic.
But look, man, I wanted him to be the Niners quarterback moving forward.
Yes.
I'm glad that happened.
And now we can get a Jimmy G jersey and not worry about him leaving. And now we're also getting texts saying like, "Hey, Jimmy, people want to come here. People want to come here." So
people like playing with him so far. And I think he's going to be able to, like you said, I'm definitely a believer. I do think another year with fucking Kyle on the off season, this guy he's got the right attitude. He definitely doesn't seem like, oh fuck, how did I end up in this situation?
No.
He
knows how good he is.
He's ready for the moment and he's like, yes, all you motherfuckers are gonna, kind of like Romo. When people are like, you know what, like Romo didn't get a lot of hype, but Romo, once he started, he's like, yes, none of you guys knew that I'm a badass motherfucker, and I've really always been badass.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And I think that's Jimmy's situation, where I don't think he's tripping.
Same school, too. They went to the same school.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Jimmy's confident as fuck. Like, his confidence is why I think the Niners...
It's the Brady thing, and I'm telling you, he has the same Brady effect where I can take no-name receivers and put them in positions and make them good. Like, every receiver who made the NFL is good enough. They may not be the best, but they're good enough to definitely make the league, and they can catch for sure. So it's just about, they have a weakness. It's maybe route running. It's cutting. It's, okay, once they catch it, they go down. So it's like, put them in position to succeed. Brady was great at that, and so was Belichick, of utilizing the offense. Now we have a guy like Shanahan who's great at utilizing offenses. All of a sudden, like, we're trying to, and also, Hoyer wasn't bad. He got guys in good positions, and all of a sudden we're seeing now Goodwin, who was known as just a speed guy, become a 9-catch guy, 10-catch guy, and it's like, oh shit. So we put Pierre back in his place, and it's like, maybe this team isn't as bad as we think. And we're not saying that we're going to be 13 wins. We're not going to be 15 wins.
But the cap space is all fucking there, dude.
We have a lot of room to get defenders. We're probably going to let Erick Reed go, which is unfortunate, but
they're going to get, dude, they should definitely make a move.
We signed that Marsh.
We talked about it.
Cassius Marsh.
Cassius Marsh. I'm cool also with, what's his face? Definitely we talked about it before with Malcolm Butler. Like,
for sure. I would love Malcolm Butler. That'd be
go legit. Sign this dude. Go get it done.
Let's make it happen.
This was solid. I feel like, that's the first move they needed to make. The Niners are nowhere near done.
No.
This team needs a lot. They have a lot of money. Now that you got your franchise quarterback, this is the thing. If you didn't sign him and you don't sign your guy, you don't really get to spend the rest of the money because now you could go all in.
Yeah.
Once you have a quarterback, then let's do this. Like, we're ready to go.
I agree. I think that's going to do it for us for the 3rd lunch break today. I know Erick's got to work, and I'm going to put this up and get it to you guys. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Find us on the web at 30minutelunchbreak.wordpress.com. Subscribe wherever you can find podcasts, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. I think we're still on SoundCloud for now. I switched over to Blubrry. So I don't know if we'll be on SoundCloud anymore, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But definitely
YouTube,
and iTunes, and for Android or wherever you find it, it'll be there. And
YouTube for real, apps. Like the subscribe helps big time with the YouTube.
Yeah, we're trying to get to triple digit subscribers, so hopefully we can do that in the next couple of months or so, and then keep building from there and start bringing you guys some funny content.
We get to 100, we'll start doing some live shit.
Yeah, I mean, and also I want to have fun games, do some stuff like that. So once more time comes into play, maybe some shorter videos, some more fun, some games, some guests.
Yeah.
And we'll keep kicking ass and try and make 2018 a great year. So guys, thank you so much for watching, listening, and take it easy. Later. Peace.